Okay, so I got my old D-loop off, and I got my new D-loop material here. This is 11 inches. You probably don't have to go this long. You can probably even make it like 9 inches. But just to start off, make a simple J, just like this. Rest it over your side of the string. Wrap this around the back. Put this piece through there, and this one through there. And then pull tight like that. And then you end up with something like that. And then begin the tightening process. Get a pair of pliers. Needle nose will work. That's just what I'm using in here just to show you guys. You can even hold on to the other one, hold on to the long one with your hand, and take the needle nose on the short one, put it on here and roll around like this to tighten it down. Sometimes I'll wrap this around here to get some leverage to pull tight there. And then as you're doing this, keep an eye on so that you don't get any gaps like that. You always want to come and pinch those closed. See, everything stays really tight. Just like that. Take this one here again. Pull on it. Oops. Get it nice and tight there. Pull very tight on that one. You don't want this thing coming off on you. There we go. Keep everything all square and snug. There we go. So that one's about done. You want them to be coming straight out so that when you knock up, or you put your air in there and then you put it on your release, when it's bent over like that, this comes straight out, and then it'll keep your peep sight in the line. So I'm actually going to twist mine a little bit here because my peep sight's not quite straight right now. It's I need to put a twist in the string, but I don't have a bow press, so I'll wait to do that. Now move to the other side, rest it on the back side, and then come through the hole there, come around on over the top, and then up through the bottom, right there. So you're basically making the opposite of this one here. So just copy that, but do it backwards on this side. So we're going to take a whole lot of slack out of this here. And if you have a piece of like serving material right there on your bowstring, if you can see that, there's a little piece of material there. That is so when the arrow goes in, that it always rests on the same place. So put your arrow in, get it in there, and rest it up against that. We don't need to do that right now. We need to get this one tied in, but at least you'll know where it always goes. So most bows have that. I haven't done anything. I would put another one on here, but the bow shop just put one on. That's fine. You don't need another one, but it does help just so that arrow sits in the exact same place if you put another one on the other side right there. So we'll continue tying this. And remember to keep this really small, like actually even a little smaller than this here. Because when you go to stretch that, that's going to stretch out quite a bit. So that's actually good right there. Grab your needle nose, twist to get the slack out there. Remember to always keep an eye on keeping these pinched together all around the entire string. Keeping that nice and tight. So I should have actually, before I tied this one, I should have burned that right there. So I'll show you how to do that. Just want to get as much slack out of it as possible. Cut this off, leave a little tiny bit of material on there. And don't be afraid if you guys have to start over again. That's totally fine. Start over as many times as you need to. Practice too. Practice makes perfect. That is one of the best things. You could turn this a little bit when you get ready to burn it if you have to. It's best to just kind of keep it straight up though, so that it burns and makes that bubble that you want it to. Really melt this down too. You don't want to catch this on fire, so start over if you have to, multiple times, and then as it's drying, mat it down on there, and yes, it will be hot. There we go. You can continually keep pulling tight like that if you have to, just to keep it kind of in line. Now it's time for the next one on this side. Cut off, leave a little bit on there, and then take your finger and just kind of smash it down a little bit. You want it to kind of be like floury almost, look like a flower kind of. So, about right there is good. Remember, try and not light this on fire because it just melts and kind of makes it all funky. Just melt it. That's all you want to do. There we go. You can even use your lighter to pat that down there if you want to. Now, if you have a pair of Archer's pliers, that works great. A pair of needle nose works just fine. I'm getting a pair of Archer pliers soon, but these work fine, and I'm also just showing you guys you can do it with these. Stick this through here so that they're closed. Stick it through there, it's not pinching anything. And then pull tight, just like that. Like push here and open like that. So the last thing you'd want to do here is put it in your arrow rest on whatever you're using. And obviously just check the tightness again. Maybe that shows a little too much. Fix it. And always make sure before you tighten it to check if it's in line with the peep sight. So you can kind of give it a little pull to see. If you start noticing it to get a little loose or something, don't be afraid to go and grab a pair of needle nose pliers and tighten it. Last thing you'd want to check just to make sure is that your knock is not going to hit on your release. So grab your release that you're using and just make sure that it's not going to hit on there, and mine isn't, so that's good. So anyways guys, if you liked it, please make sure to like the video, and if you have any comments, please leave them below, and we'll see you on the next one.